This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw! All right. I love it.
You know, it's not normally a good rule of thumb to mix ketamine and chainsaws, but a true patriot and Mother Teresa clone like Elon Musk can get away with that. Could Elon Musk be getting ready to retire the chainsaw? We'll dive into that story in just a second. What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Reynolds from the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast for Really American Media. Hey, our platform is still trying to reach our goal of 1 million followers, so whatever you can do to help out, hit that subscribe button. We would truly appreciate it. All right, let's dive into what might be the best news we've had in days. Earlier this week, Elon Musk and Tesla had their first quarter earnings call, and with the recent news of Tesla crapping the bed, sending Tesla stocks plunging down 70%, erratic Elon let the people know he's going to be stepping away from full-time work with Doge, only offering 2 days a week with the department.
Elon Musk is Doge. What do you make of this and what it tells us about Musk's attention or priorities?
Yeah, it shouldn't be terribly surprising. You know, if you know Elon Musk, he is somebody who is frantically involved in a task and gives it his all and then gets bored pretty quickly. Musk would say that he was in Washington because there was an emergency, just like there was an emergency kind of with Tesla during sort of its production hell days or during times of SpaceX. You know, Musk gives it his all, and then once he's solved the emergency or not, he moves on.
I think I agree with the last thing you said there, the or not part. With Captain Kangaroo only at the helm for about 3 months now, the damage done has been insurmountable, leaving areas of the government looking like your 10-year-old's bedroom after a sleepover party on Halloween. Let's start with the disruption of essential services. Doge's aggressive cuts have led to the elimination of 7,000 positions at the SSA and the planned closure of 47 field offices, causing website outages, threatening timely benefit payments. And that's not all. Massive layoffs at the IRS are projected to result in up to $160 billion in lost federal revenue annually. Forget about the chainsaw. This is more like what Marge Gunderson witnessed in Fargo. Just chipping away without care or concern for doing it the right way. Hey, let's not forget when all this started, Musk pulled the classic oversell to the people, and we can now confirm the Underdeliver was in tow. Doge initially claimed it would save $2 trillion, later adjusting that figure to $150 billion. However, independent analyses suggest that the disruption caused by Doge, such as firings, rehirings, lost productivity, that'll cost $135 billion in a single fiscal year. Notably, Doge reported savings including misrepresenting an $8 billion cancellation contract, and it was actually only $8 million. But hey, the folks at Fox News think we should be thankful for this.
Cheryl, talk to me about the attention that the left is placing on what seems to me a misplaced target. So they're obsessed now with getting Elon Musk out of there after the 130 days that you can only work per 365. With no attention paid to the astronomical figures I read, the ridiculousness of who we've been paying in the form of waste, fraud, and abuse. Why is there no attention on that and a thank you given to Elon Musk?
How about a thank you for the transparency that he and the Doge team have put out there? You can go onto the website right now. They've got a live tracker for Doge, and it shows dollar per dollar how much they have saved the American taxpayer. That is you, America. This is volunteer work being done by the world's richest man. And instead of getting a thank you, his employees are getting attacked. There's about 119,000 of them. Vehicles are being attacked. Dealerships are being torched. And he is being completely open and honest with all the work that they are doing. In fact, that entire team is a bunch of very wealthy people that could be, I don't know, sitting on an island they bought instead of trying to help the American economy, come back. $36 trillion in debt, folks. We're in serious trouble. And he actually cares about that. Versus, sorry, most politicians who have never seen a dollar they didn't want to spend.
So much of what Fox News said in that clip is completely untrue. Is our nation $36 trillion in debt? Yes, and that's a serious problem. But I'm not necessarily thinking the man that put us there is going to get us out. but I'm all for him trying in a responsible way, not just throwing over the master key to an unelected moron and saying, have at it. Cheryl mentioned Elon being transparent. There has definitely been an illusion of transparency, but with all the info changing rapidly, ping-ponging around, it's pretty hard to track. Public opinion is deeply divided, with 60% disapproving of Doge's actions, and that's growing. Critics argue that Doge's focus on symbolic culture war savings undermines meaningful budget deficit reduction.
What's happening, it seems to me, is they're being fed propaganda by the far left, and they believe it. It's really unfortunate. But the real problem is not the people. It's not like the crazy guy that firebombs a Tesla dealership. It's the people pushing the propaganda that caused that guy to do it. Those are the real villains here, and we're going to go after them. And the president's made it clear we're going to go after them. The ones providing the money, the ones pushing the lies and propaganda, we're going after them.
And it's been this evolution. I mean, the last administration was going to mandate electric vehicles, and now you see on the far left some efforts to go after electric vehicles. It's quite something.
It is ironic. I mean, it seems like the most ironic outcome is the most likely. But, yeah, I mean...
Personally, it's got to take a toll.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, you know what? I have about as little as sympathy for you as you had for my mother when you were talking about, like, oh, maybe you'll miss some SSA checks. Yeah, it's not like she's on a fixed income or anything.
Look at what we've seen over the last 3 months. Look at what a botch job Doge has been. When Doge started, he was going to cut $2 trillion. Then he was going to cut $1 trillion. Now, in his last estimate, it was $150 billion. And take that $150 billion and put that on top of all the damage it has caused to this country and beyond. That $150 billion, if they end up saving that, will end up having cost us so much more. So sort of that untouchable brand that he was has really been damaged. But he's really sort of been revealed in the last 3 months that even if he goes back to Austin now and goes back to, the famed, he's going to sleep on the factory floor and dive back into Tesla, I don't know that it's going to have the same impact.
Well, and part of the problem, too, is just this brand damage. It strikes me like, he said, look, Doge, I'm going to still be working on Doge. Doge isn't going to go anywhere. Like, Doge is branded.
Doge is branded. It's branded a failure, and that's a good thing. Elon Musk, leaving the department of Doge on a full-time basis, says he's still going to stick around for at least 2 days a week. And let's not hope any bright ideas happen in the very near future, because he does still seem to have the support of our president.
Elon Musk said he'll be stepping back from his work with Doge a little bit and only dedicating maybe a day or two a week to it. How long would you like to see that continue?
Well, first of all, I can't speak more highly about any individual. He's an incredible guy. He's a brilliant guy. He's a wonderful person. I've seen him with his family. I've seen him with a lot of his children. He's got a lot of children. But he's a brilliant guy. And he was a tremendous help, both in the campaign and in what he's done with Doge. And, we're talking about almost $200 billion and rising fast, because many of the things that we were looking at are now being found out to be fact. It's terrible. I mean, the fraud, the waste, the abuse, the everything that's happened is just terrible. So I also know that he was treated very unfairly by I guess you'd call it the public, by some of the public, not by all of it. Everything he does is good. But they took it out on Tesla, and I just thought it was so unfair because he's trying to help the country. But he has helped the country. He loves the country. He didn't need to do this. He did it. And I told him, I said, whenever you're ready, I'd like to keep him for a long time, but whenever you're ready.
Look, at this point, guys, all we can do is keep calling out the hypocrisies. We have to keep shining a light on what's right and what's wrong. Elon Musk may be the richest man in the world, but collectively, our wallets are large too. So keep up the good fight. Thanks for being a part of the resistance and for supporting this channel. And thanks for watching the video. I'm Nick Reynolds from the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast for Really American Media.